Okay. I'm just gonna leave this alone. But it is Wednesday. We are the Midwest F1 League. We're back. Okay. We're back. For the third time, we're back. Okay. Get that in there. Okay. Wednesday, Midwest F1 League. We're back. I'm Crash McQueen. We are going to get into it right away here. One shot qualifying. F2 races coming to you live from the Hungaroring, a fun little circuit. Very technical circuit, very technical sector 2, little quicker sectors 3, only 3 turns in that sector actually, as well as only 3 turns in sector 1. Only one true DRS zone. The second one is what I like to call a fake one, going into turn 2. Really, really short. Don't get much of an opportunity into turn 2. Got to make up some serious ground to take a passing opportunity. Very fast, somewhat blind left-hander of turn 4 into that technical section of sector 2, where you have a lot of left-rights back-to-back to kind of am I going to notice something really weird? No. No, I almost did. Right. Okay. Right, whatever. So spin and win the Geretsvac, currently leading us here. Jinnit to win it. Qualifying ban, maybe? Let's just call it that. As he retires early on here. Dead text message still in first. JC Blackley as well. He may have crashed out, actually. We'll stay on with spin and win and see how he does. Currently sitting in first. Jacko and HSVDT are actually way down the field. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or whatnot. Spin and win gets real high up on that curve, and Jacko actually launches right up the standings there, and has now finds himself into second place. I should pull up the track map as well. We'll get the full one up here. Oh, there he goes. We can get into that technical sector 2. Into turn 8 we go. Still on spin and win and on the leader as well. 2 out so far. JC Blackley as well as Jinnit. Geretsvac, dead text message seems to be flip-flopping back and forth. Then on the final turn of turn 11 in sector 2, Kenny as well retiring. Both Carlins out of qualifying early, going to start 19th and 21st. Spin and win still holding on to that top spot so far. Not too much position changes quite yet. Might get something on the final turn here. Spin and win comes into the lead. HSVDT jumps up into 4th. As he flip-flops with Ray, and it looks like HS is going to come over 3rd, and there we go. Wow, wow, wow. Just got absolutely smacked with a bunch of disqualifications, that being It's Heavy, Mahi Mahi, Impossible Bacon, as well as one more, but I wasn't able to catch that. But first place goes on to the car that we stayed on with the entire time. That'd be Hotspot getting pole here in Hungary. The high tech is first and 4th as Hotspot, his teammate, goes 4th. Elma Jacko and HSVDT, the 2 Aussies, going 2-3, as well as Ray, the solo Bertuzzi, going 5th. Money Matt going 6th. Spaceman going 7th. 3 Canadians in a row in the Geretsvac. Dead text message and Knuckles going 8, 9, 10th. Back to American with Tim Lee, as well as his teammate, 78 Corvette. And 12th, Chunky Corey in 13th, Super Nianos 14th. It's Heavy being the first of the disqualifications, or the highest seeded of the disqualifications, in 15th. Mahi Mahi disqualification as well. 16th, DSQ going to Possible Bacon, as well as A. Daltonian in 17th and 18th. And then no time set by JC Blackley in Jinnit to win it, and Kenny starts all the way at the back of the pack in 21st. So he's going to have to look to kind of maneuver his way up the grid. But we're, oh, sorry, I'm late to the party here, but looks like we're getting rain in Hungary. So that's going to be a little bit ugly for a lot of these drivers here. Like I said, this is our first installment of the Midwest F1 League week of racing that we provide you every week going from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now this should be, or is talks to be, the last season of the Friday series. It just hasn't really taken off as much as we were hoping to do so. So instead we might be doing some sort of in Discord game nights with a lot of the players if they seem to be interested in such. So F2 should stay back for next season. That seems to be a pretty strong one with a lot of these drivers, but our main focus is, of course, the Thursday night racing, and we will continue that for as long as we possibly can. But there we go. We see Jacko as well. Spin win up the start. We'll get on board with Jacko. Actually, his teammate Aegis VDT. So he gets overtaken early by Hotspot. Full wetster on right now. Jacob's got the inside line into turn 1, and he has the lead as of right now. Spin win's going to try and send it around the outside here. A couple of cars going wide, that being Spaceman, one of them. As well as a couple cars moving up the grid. This wet weather is really gonna put a damper on things here. I think that text message Oos stops a little bit late and gets spun out. Now he's facing the wrong way. Oh my goodness gracious. What in the world is going on there? And then that is a VSC off. Yes, VSC right off the get-go. So a little bit of an unfortunate. Oh! That text message gets DQ'd. Wow. Extremely early DQ there. VSC is over now. Still yellow flag in sector 2. Turns 6, 7, and 8 in that little chicane there. Take a quick check at the positions. Moved it. Oh my god, his heavy's gained 8 positions. Kind of pedestrianly moving our way around this track. About to finish turn 1. Jacko takes fastest lap. Garrett's back in the pit. Any cars really close here for an overtake? Doesn't look to be so. Ray is the closest driver here right now in that confusing Bertuzzi, we can say the least. And if you're a former, or if you're a current fan of hockey, or even a past one, every time I say Bertuzzi, I think of Bertuzzi, as in Todd Bertuzzi. And Ray does a lovely little pass around the outside into turn 3 there. That's actually, this is very solid racing, clean driving for both drivers. Money Matt giving Ray the room, Ray taking the opportunity, and as well as the overall pace into 5th place he goes. Spin and wins, trying to keep close and not lose too much time to Jacko up at the top championship leader. Seemingly just does not look back when he's in front. And Spin and Win lose a major amount of time somewhere there, and Ray as well losing time. Getting Money Matt ever so close to it. And now someone opens up the door, but Money Matt can't get the traction to slingshot himself back onto a switchback into 5th place. So currently sitting back in 5th, mostly being followed by its heavy in 7th. Mahi Mahi seems to be making up a little bit of ground here on A. Daltonian right behind him. It's actually Possible Bacon getting an overtake on Jinnit to win it. It's actually Jinnit to win it. Getting the overtake with Spin and drops back into 19th. Now Mahi Mahi's going to try and work on A. Daltonian. He's going to send it to the inside there. Had a little bit of server lag. They send it all the way around A. He's going to try and stick it as best he can, and he does a fairly good job of it. He doesn't want to hit that guardrail there, as I've done that a time or two. Mahi Mahi just slots right back in behind in 10th place. Oops, onto Tim Lee, who's actually putting back on Mahi Mahi. He's trying to get in the slipstream, but with no DRS, it is a tough go here to pass in Hungary. As I say that, the DRS Vac seems to get an overtake on Chucky Corky going into turn 13 there. Kind of similar to where Money Matt's trying to battle, and by doing so, he kind of pushes Ray out wide, and then opens up the door for It's Heavy to send it around the outside, and as well, Ray gets overtaken by Super Ninas. Money Matt trying to fight back, but breaks a little bit too late into that turn 4, which is a little bit blind, like I said. Ooh, It's Heavy opens the door back up for Money Matt here. He's got the inside line, but It's Heavy's going to send it around the outside. A little bit of contact between the drivers, and It's Heavy just kind of jumps over the curb for the position gain. Back into 5th, Mahi in 8th, Ray all the way down in 11th. Now, he was hoping he was all the way up in 5th at one point now, and it's dropped down quite a few positions since. The 3.5 seconds separates Jack up to 2nd place in spin and win. As we stand, the main battle is for 5th place between 3 drivers. It's Heavy, Money Matt, and Super Ninas. And it seems it just kind of sticks around there. A couple of drivers trying to get to that top 5 position, where it was before. Ray was up in there, now Super Ninas is entering into that party, and the position right now is being held by It's Heavy in 5th place. Jack was taking another fastest lap, kind of getting his bearings now on the weather here. 4.2 seconds separate him in 2nd place. But I gotta say, the main talking point is the consistency, as well as the calculated aggression of It's Heavy, moving up 10 positions off a race start. Only 4 laps through this race. Garrett's back trying to work on 78 Corvette. Tim Lee in the top 10, and Kenny DNFing. That is not what you want to see, but I think Ray's going to get a decent look at that fairly quick, and he'll jump back over Garrett's back. Where is he? Oh, he is on the wall there. So I think Kenny lost control and smoked the wall, the outer wall of turn 1. It's Heavy's growing that gap between himself and Money Matt, but right now it is the Garrett's back trying to get into 13th with 78 Corvette to put his car in all the right positions, on the defensive side, and all the wrong positions if you're on the attacking side, because Garrett's back is in tough. You got to watch that inside curve of turn 5. That one's a doozy. That one's a real doozy. Looks like Spin and Win's losing a little bit of time now. He's now 5.5 seconds back of Jack, which actually HSVD2, who's gaining every corner now to 9/10ths back. Mahi making a move on Super Ninas and unfortunately able to catch that, but once again it looks like into turn 13. Place to be if you're on the attacking side there. But 2 seconds down between Money Matt and It's Heavy. We'll have to see if It's Heavy's going to be able to catch Hotspot as well. So 4.5 currently, that says. Back over to Garrett's back for battle 13th place as he immediately, ooh, there we go. Now that's a big mistake from saving a Corvette, but Vac cannot take advantage, and now he finally gets the traction. He's going to just send it around the outside, and 78 is just not able to keep the pace, kind of going around the inside line. I want to say maybe he conceded that position, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he tried to battle it. Back up into 14th, but it looks like 78 has actually got the straight line speed in the battle there. It's kind of funny, the way that people kind of drive in the wet, especially the full wet tires, in comparison to when they're just normally driving, whether it be F1 or F2. It's as if, like, they're kind of driving on snow. They're weary. It's like they're driving on snow, but they need to go somewhere quick. Like they're gonna take every turn real slow, and they're gonna not try and get too heavy on the throttle because they don't want to spin their tires. But they're gonna try and get there as fast as they can, but also they got to get there as safe as they can because they're driving in the snow. And there you go, Chunkles, Knuckles going way out wide there. And oh, that's actually getting the blue flag. We have the yellow flag in sector 2 there, in between turn 7 and 8. A little straight stretch after the chicane. Mahi He's now right on behind Money Matt, but just can't get the speed. He just can't send it. And it looks like Hotspot and his heavy's actually gap slightly increasing now at 4.8. Was at 4.5. Spin and Wind has made up a little bit of time on Jacko, but HSVDT has actually fallen out a little bit. And there we go, Mahi. Mahi is going to try and go to the inside line of turn 2. Money Matt's giving himself a poor racing line and a little bit of a bump between the two drivers, and Super NS is actually raking behind him as well. It's actually... Is that Ray overtaking Tim Lee? I think it may have been. Ooh, Tim Lee. Looks like he's dealing with a little bit of hot tires here. Looks like the rain is letting up. The track has got a drier patch of a racing line here. So 6 laps complete in Hungaroring. Not really an area where you can get some solid pace going. You've got to take the whole track fairly cautiously, especially in the rain here. With Mahi Mahi still trying to work on Money Matt. He's going to want the rain to just stop, but it looks like it's kind of back. Seemingly was slowing down for a moment there, but looks to be here to stay for the rest of this race. Mahi's going to try and keep coming at Money Matt. It's Jinnit to win it, losing position. Chunky Corey with Jinnit pitting. Not the race that he was hoping for here today. F2 cars just don't seem to be his mojo. It's like that Kia Forte commercial where the guy gets kicked out of the window, and it was a kung fu gym or a karate dojo. He gets booted out of the window and he says, "Karate? Not my forte, but that is." And then he points his Kia Forte. Like, come on, that's good stuff. I mean, like, Forte is like a good car name, like, come on. Is it Ray spinning out? Oh, Ray actually losing position once again to Tim Lee, so Tim Lee back in the top 10, Ray dropping down to 11. Chunky Corey getting the blue flag, letting the drivers ahead / behind go ahead. Ahead. It was impossible. Where are you? He's getting disqualified for going the wrong way. So that's all she wrote for possible as well. He's going to start the sprint race down at 20. That's not what you want to see. Money Matt's still trying to come, or start Mahi still trying to come at Money Matt here for 6th place. His heavy's growing that gap between himself and Money Matt by 2.5 seconds, but if Mahi can overtake them, Mahi should be able to close that gap a little bit more than Money Matt can, but with the rain here, it's just ever so difficult. Just kind of waiting for something to happen, but something to present itself. Mahi's still just outside. Ray is into the pit, so we'll have to see what he throws on. I haven't checked, but everyone seems to still be on the full wets. Ray as well throwing on a fresh pair of full wets, so he's going to have to go 13 full laps with that. 7 laps deep into this race. Jacko has had the lead from nearly the first turn. Spin and Win just hasn't been able to kind of fight back. HSVDT did get within a second at one point to Spin and Win, but he's grown that gap to 4 seconds now. The main battle, the entire race, whether it being a whole heap of drivers, have just been for that 5th, 6th, and 7th. Hotspot has separated himself as well. Why did Knuckles drive for me and be in last? Hey, Menace? He's in second last. Get it right, okay? If you're gonna get sassy, you better be right. He's in second last. Yeah, okay, good. But still the battle. For 6th place, sorry. 7th place is Mahi Mahi. Does he have a run on the outside here into turn 2? No, he does not. Almost getting there, but Monty Matt has just been able to do what he needs to do, and he's actually gaining ground as well on It's Heavy as It's Heavy. Maybe losing a little bit of his tire grip. Getting late and deep onto those wets, as is everyone else in the top 10 there, as a couple drivers have yet to come over the line to finish their 8th full lap, sorry. Ever since the start, there hasn't been much moves in these last recent laps here. Mahi Mahi has moved up 9 spots off the get-go, as well as A. Daltoni and Knuckles off the side to let the cars ahead go through. It's Heavy up 10, Jacko up 1, Spin and Win down 1, and that's pretty much just been what has happened. A bunch of drivers have gotten unlucky, one of them being Ray 46. Dude, I flick spinner my car after spinning and it disqualified me, impeding the front 8. Well, that blows, simply, but impossible. Spin, yeah. Impossible, why are you here? Oh, Knuckles is gone too. Another disqualification. Come from the back of the pack. It's actually Spaceman who works his way around the outside of turn 3 on 78 Corvette. But Bacon, you were just selected in the Div 4 draft for racing. My knowledge, are you excited to be in racing? To be driving for pink Mercedes, as they so famously say. But now we're going to see some cars in the pit here, going on to some fresh mediums, with that being Hotspot, Money Matt, A.E. Daltoni, and Super Nines, Mahi Mahi, as well as Tim Lee. Now, Venice, are you still here? Still here, my guy? Still watching? Still in chat? Sticking around? Sabrinas is just under a second now, actually, back from 20 maps. So he's going to try and get into 5th place here. I think we'll have to see about the undercut here. Back in JC Blackley as well into the pit. I'm going to win the first race. Good luck, Chuck. Alright. How long have you been F1 racing for there, Bacon? Still working on that 6th place Super Nines. Now finds himself 3/4, taking back. Anyone on enters yet? No, not from my knowledge here. We'll have to check the details quick. And yeah, everyone that freshly came to the pit, but just keep that up for a second. That being all the way from 5th down to 10th, all but on fresh softs. As there you go, you see Jacko on the fresh softs. Spin and Win into the pit as well. Will he go on to the fresh? So what am I saying? Softs, wets. It's freaking wet outside. Okay. Fresh wets. Everyone just wet. I haven't seen like a full wet race for a while. Usually it switches over and enters at some point, but just like Hungary is just not let up by, more specifically, Budapest. Alright, let's go. Average. Precipitation. Okay, Budapest attains on average 563 millimeters, 22.2 inches of rainfall per year, or 46.9 millimeters, 1.9 inches per month. Okay. Alright. So it seems like it's all coming down today. Average rainfall in Vancouver. Okay. Alright. So I'm from Vancouver, and we on on average, get 4 times more than Budapest for rainfall. Wow. So I can tell you that all this rain is coming down in one day. The whole 563 millimeters of rain in the whole year, calendar year, as we see HSVDT comes down in one day in Budapest. That seems to be the case. But what also seems to be the case is the Karis factor trying to work on 78 Corvette. A 78 Corvette's done himself a very clean job of finding himself up in 12th here, not really making too many mistakes, and just kind of driving as he can. And by doing so, finds himself in 12th, a respectable position for him, as well as a respectable 11th place for his teammate in Tim Lee. The pink BWT is ripping pretty good. Starting at 29, just recent got accustomed to auto gears and medium traction control. I got you, bacon. So back kind of gets blocked off by 78 Corvette there. He's really trying to find somewhere on track to get an overtake, especially because he's got some new tires as well, so he's got the better traction. Are you controller or wheel there, Mr. Bacon? When is Fat going to get past him here? It's actually Mahi's getting pretty close to Superinas within 3/10. Superinas misses his braking point, now opens up the door, not auto gears, manual. Gotcha. Are you on controller or wheel there, Bacon? Superinas soon as much as he can, controller soon to be wheel. Gotcha. Yeah, wheel racing is fun, that's for sure. Still back. Oh, there we go. Does he have him now? Oh, he was alongside him, but couldn't get him out of turn 1. 70 Corvette was able to keep the pace and goes a little bit deep in turn 2. That's going to bring back right alongside him here. Back is now around the other side and gets the overtake now into 12th place. And he can try and go hunt down his teammate in Tim Lee, or the teammate of 70 Corvette, that being Tim Lee. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm as well on controller there, Bacon, but one day I'd like to get into the full sim. Looking for a sponsorship, really. Anyone wants to give me free gear, just let me know. I'll post it to my followers. There's not a lot of them, but ooh, Money Matt kind of opened up the door into turn 1, but Superinas just kind of misjudged that turn. It had the gap, but it's actually Mahi who's going to have a little bit of a get-go here into turn 2. Money Matt concedes, tries to go for a switchback. Mahi's got the traction, goes off the inside line, and now gets 6th place after 2 turns here in the wet. And you just got to take that. Now 5.5 seconds separates him, and it's heavy, so he's going to try and get a move on here and do what he can to get up. And once again, Superinas is missing that turn. Penalties galore to the top 11 drivers here, and we'll take a quick peek at that. It's actually spinning with 8 of them, so that's probably going to hurt him. But nearly 10 seconds separates him in HSVDT. HS needs to chop off 5 seconds if he wants 2nd place. Hotspot currently sitting with no penalties, but 10 seconds between him and HSVDT. It's heavy. It has 5.5 second gap between himself and Hotspot, but the 5-second penalty actually brings himself to only a quarter of a second, with that being 1/10 of a second ahead of Mahi. So we'll have to keep an eye on that battle there, and it looks like Gen 2 went in, as well as battling with 78 Corvette. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's actually 78 Corvette into the pit. Got a couple more penalties go down the board here. Money Matt has got 5, and Superinas only has 3. So if it were to finish right now, it's actually Superinas who takes 7th place, and Money Matt would drop down into 8. 5 seconds to 8. Altonian 10 seconds behind. Superinas for 8th place, so no real difference there. Behind him is Ray with 8 seconds, and Tim Lee with 5. So no real position changes are going to happen there. Behind Tim Lee is Garris back 30 seconds back. So those penalties won't really come to change up the race all too much. But it looks like Spaceman has lost control into turn 1. Mahi and Hotspot spinning well with no penalties. Exactly. Very good observations. Very as I mistakes on myself. I completely agree with that. But they've also got to make up a lot of ground, and Mahi might just be able to get it done the old-fashioned way here. He's already taken off a second from It's Heavy. He's got 5 seconds, 5 laps to do that. 5 full laps as we're on to lap 14. So Jacko has opened up this gap quite a bit, but but it looks like Spinwin's kind of doing what he can to try and chop that down, but the 8-second penalty is really going to hurt him. 8 seconds worth of penalties is really going to hurt him. But once again, this battle for the upper spot of the midfield there, that running from 5th to 8th, with It's Heavy currently holding off 5th, but like I said, the penalty is going to shoot him back down into 6th, which he should be able to safely keep, as everyone else behind him has penalties as well. So this Money Matt, who's somewhat been playing the defensive driver here, as he's been able to hold off Mahimon for quite a while as well, as he held off It's Heavy until he was able to get an overtake and separate himself from the rest of that little pack there. But Mahimon, he's closing that gap. Super Nina's is trying to overtake Money Matt to get into 7th on track, get the move done without saying that he needed penalties to do so. What do you say? Think we're going to get some dry weather for the sprint? I really do hope so. Is anyone else enjoying a little bit of alcoholic beverage as they're watching this race? I sure as heck am. Actually, no, wait, no, I'm not. This is sober booth here. Although, to be honest, last season, a couple of times, my little bit tradition that I would pull with Stat was while we were kind of sitting in the pre-race lobby, just kind of chatting and waiting for everything to go live, I'd have my beer and I'd crack it right beside my mic so you could hear. Which is kind of funny because it's like noon for him on like a Friday, so. Okay, yeah, that's prime drinking time as well. I guess while we got a little bit of a lull in the action here, we can kind of peek into Crash McQueen's fantasy hockey team. Currently sits at 163 points, ahead of IC Wiener, who has 150. But the projections are starting to get closer. IC Wiener still leads projections. So myself needs to do a little bit of more work to get and take over the lead. I think the rain is going to go soon. It would be nice. All the kids don't know how to dance to rock and roll. All the kids don't know how to dance to rock and roll. Still Super Ninas just can't get the overtake done. Spinwin is somewhat closing that gap ever so slightly to Jacko, but once again those penalties are really going to come in and be the kicker in that battle there. Looks like Jacko. Oh no. Excuse me, it was a long day at work today. Man's got to eat. But the penalty difference between the two is just really going to be the kicker there, as well as the 8 seconds separate them. But he's doing what he can to kind of close that gap, and it doesn't look like he's going to come to fruition here. HSVDT seems to be safe on the podium. We're going to have a double podium by the Premas, but the High Tech is the one just missing out there. It looks like Jinnit overtakes JC, and the reason why is because JC unfortunately finds himself into the wall, as well as down in 14th place. But a large gap between himself and 78 Corvette should seem that position fairly safe, but the damage to the wing is not enough for him to come in. We'll get back on to the car of Super Ninas, and I gotta say the Hungarian track is one of the best for spectator menu, as they actually do a really good job of just allowing me to go on broadcast camera type and doing a decent job of following the drivers here. Unlike a lot of other tracks where I'll get like stupid like on board, like behind the head cam along the back flap, back center, like wing, where I just can't see anything. But now see, this actually gives me a decent view. We can see Super Ninas as well as Money Mad coming down the pit straight into turn 1 here. You can still take a peek on the bottom right side of your screen there and see that Super Ninas' DRS is open. It's going to try and make a move into turn 2, but just doesn't have enough room as this Hungaroring track is just ever so tough to get a pass done, even with DRS. Looking at you, Spa. Yeah, I agree. Spa's a gorgeous track. And there we go. Super Ninas, ooh, right alongside Money Matt. Money Matt defends around the outside, both drivers. Ooh. Fiddlesticks. Money Matt does a good job of defending after the attempted move by Super Ninas along the inside line into turn 4, that was. But good defending by Money Matt. Sends it around the outside of turn 4 and holds the inside line to turn 5 and holds onto that position. On track, that is. Oh no, Tim Lee. Oh, Tim Lee's in the pit. Late pit by Mr. Lee. Spa has some horrible cameras for how beautiful it is. Yeah, right? It's just... I haven't been there actually yet in season 2. That's one of the, I think that's the only track that we've missed in season 2 so far. Ooh, it's heavy, feeling the pressure of Mahi Mahi. Jinnit loses a spot to JC. Does Jinnit spin out again? No, Jinnit is on for some softs. Jinnit just kind of throwing caution in the wind here, just taking a go at fastest lap. But Hotspot's actually in the pit as well. Very, very late. Why so late, Hotspot? Are you going to throw on some softs as well? Looks like all these drivers are throwing on softs. But Mahi gets the move done on It's Heavy, on the inside line into turn 1. Money Matt is currently sitting in 7th. We'll take a quick peek at the penalties, and it's not going to shoot him down all too much. But the real question is Hotspot on those softs able to do much? You're going to have to see right away, and yeah, he's just got way more pace. Well, he's only got a lap, 2 laps to kind of make as much ground as he can. I believe he's the highest up the grid so far with these softs, so 5.5 seconds separate him and AE. No penalties to Hotspot, so that's going to help him out quite a bit. If he catches AE, he might be able to get back into 6th, but just may not be a move that was worth it. Money Matt in 7th, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it was just a little bit too late. What are our thoughts on that pit there, guys? Do you think it? I think that's just gonna lose him out a bunch of points. And there we go. Super Ninas opens the door back for Money Matt as Money Matt gets the move on the inside line. Back into turn 12. Lucky number 12. Lucky to me, that is. Where's Hotspot? Hotspot's already got it beat up Tony. Okay, 1 full lap to go. Let's just get right on board with Hotspot here and see what the lad can do. Okay, there we go. 1 lap. He's got 1 lap. Okay. As well as a couple of other drivers and some pacey drivers as well. Whoa. Hotspot. Oh no. He's out of fuel. Oh no, he's out of fuel. I didn't... Who else is out of fuel? It looks like there's somebody out of fuel in Sector 2. Is that Vac? Yeah, Vac is out of fuel as well. Oh no. Well then, but good on Jacko. Sun shining through his visor. He's going to come over the line with another win in the feature race. My apologies. In the Hungaroring. Comes over in second. HSVT surely will come over in third. The 2 Premas double podium. Taking it clean, making sure to get over the line, and there we go. We're going to get 2 Premas sitting on the podium here. Is JC Blackley as well out of fuel? No, JC Blackley gets overtaken around the outside on Jinnit to win it in the final turn. And Jinnit's going to get 12. JC is going to fall in the 13th, unfortunately. Oh, Super Ninas out of battery as well. Money Matt seems to be fine, as well as It's Heavy. Hotspot. Oh, no. At least 10th is safe. At one point he was up in 4th, ran out of fuel. But he's driving those softs. Yeah, it doesn't help when you're out of fuel though. 8 Daltonian, well done, man. So it's Mahi Mahi as well as A. Daltonian up 12 spots. So very solid stop from A. Kind of a sneaky little 12 spots he moved up there. It's heavy going up 10. So very good races from those drivers, as well as very good races from the 2 Prema drivers in 1st and 3rd. I want to say half of a good job from the high techs. But it was unfortunate his hotspot ran out of fuel. As you can see the other high tech there. I need to stop that. Can't let you buy the twist you so let you buy coming out of the straight. Janet, stat doesn't raise. Janet. Stat doesn't raise. That's and HSEDT. There we go, we'll go down the order here quickly. In the rain is going to finish Jacko, moving up 1 spot to take the wins. Spin and win, dropping down 1 spot to go 2nd. HSVT the 2nd. Prema in 3rd place. Mahi Mahi in 4th. It's Heavy in 5th. And A. Daltonian in 6th. That finalizes our 4 to 6 kind of race there. Money Matt in 7th. Super Dinas in 8th, having a respectable 6th place gained as well. Hotspot 9th. Ray 10th. Timley 11th. Chin at 12th, JC 13th, Garrisback 14th, 78 Corvette 15th, Spaceman 16th, Chunky Corgi 17th. Actually, sorry, into the DNFs, the Chunky Corgi, Kenny, Knuckles, Impossible, and Dead Text Message. So unfortunate from those 5 drivers, but respectable from everyone else. Okay, that was bad. Not respectable, but solid. Satisfactory. Oh, the kids don't know how to dance to rock and roll. We got sun finally in the Hungaro ring. Do 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 do. But is anything on anyone's mind here on this Wednesday evening here in the Midwest F1 League? We're about to get on to the sprint race, but if you have any questions or anything, please be free to ask. Let you express what's on your mind. Tell me what you're thinking about on this Wednesday night. I'll be here to help. But we are about to go green, so if you are, then just hold the fuck off for like 2 seconds, okay? Gonna get into it. We have 5 red lights. Super Dinas and Money Matt are up on the first grid, first row here. Quite a few drivers are flipping around. Looks like Spin and got an early overtake, and he's got Jacko diving down the inside line of Spin and Win. Oh, and a big pit maneuver. Who was that? Was that It's Heavy? It looks like it was It's Heavy. As well as Dead Text Message seems to be collecting himself as well. Mahi Mahi early on into the lead. Green means go. Oh no, look out. Oh Christ, yeah, that was pretty bad, hey. Monster. Still got a VSC going on here. VSC, exactly. As they're not safety car, or virtual safety cars. They're virtual safety cars. Tim Lee, oh no, Tim Lee has binned it as well around turn 5. And track Mac back up here. Back green, Tim Lee unfortunately back down in 21st. Not what you want to see, but he'll work his way back up. HSVDG ahead of his teammate in the other Prema in Jacko. Drivers had the options for what they wanted to do for tires here, and it seems like everyone just threw on the mediums. So that just made it easier for everyone. They just said, screw it, give me the mediums. I'm good to go. Chunky Cork gets early overtaken by It's Heavy. We're about to finish lap 1 here. Mahi currently sitting in the lead. Jacko getting alongside his teammate HSVDT in 5th place. They're going to drag race it down the straight here. Not problem with VDT or on the outside. Actually, we'll go for the camera angle here. But it looks like Jacko's got the move on the inside line. And quite a few other drivers are flipping in and out. Oh, we got a big collision there. What happened there? Jinnit, JC, Vac, all involved. Knuckles as well. Actually, no, they're in the pit. That's why those in positions. That makes sense. But a full-on safety car here. It's Heavy had the free pass, but with the safety car coming out and the yellow flag through sector turn 1, unfortunately had to give those positions back. Even though I imagine we're going to see some pitting from those drivers, they're going to have to catch up to that confusing yellow safety car into turn 1. If you've got the emotes, there you go. See Barry, I don't need to frickin' tell you. Launch him into the bloody chat and let's see the Midwest F1 safety car emotes flying. But once again, we appreciate everyone that does tune into the Midwest broadcast. It's nice to know that we entertain more than just those in the Discord directly connected. For everyone that does kind of tune in and out, it's much appreciated, as well as the follows from here and there are as well. We got down to 127. The next goal, of course, is $1.50. So if you got anyone that's got any time to choose a follow, please do. It's very much appreciated. So Soyo Loco for Anomaly, as well as FSN_Optic gave us the most recent follows. I sounded like Elmer Fudd there. Most recent follows. And those 3 guys are very much appreciated, as well as anyone that does follow us from this point out. So if you've got any friends, if they enjoy F1, please send them our way and see if they like our product, and we do the best we can to put you on a good product. As well, we got some merch coming, so if you like merch, like Formula 1, you're going to like us, simply put. We're expanding down to the 4 divisions on the Thursday night series, so quite a bit of action coming your way. Pardon my ignorance, but I don't know if we have any commentator for that quite yet, so we'll have to take a peek into that. But the Midwest F1 thing is just absolutely booming. And we ain't stopping. We got 6 races. 6. It's how many laps do our drivers go around the track a week? It's unbelievable. It's 6 races through 3 nights. Obviously it averages out to 2 a night, but we do 4 in one night, and then 1 on Wednesday and 1 on Friday. So if you like racing, you're going to love Midwest F1. Like, if you like Canadians, you're going to like it as well, because hey, I'm Canadian. If you like Australians, we got one of those too. If you like Americans, they don't really talk here, but they race here, so hey, they're here. You like British people? We got Brits. Jinnit to win is a Brit. So there you go. You got no reason not to tune into us now. I mean, you could probably say, well, you guys aren't entertaining, you're not that good, and I don't like Canadians. Well, fair. Alright, I'm not going to deny that. You can, but that's racist. So I'm not going to... if you have that kind of view, I don't know if we want you to actually be watching our product. You can just go watch someone else and be okay with that. But people that like racing, people that like decent commentary, people that like subpar, people that like distracted, not very good, questionable, swear words sneak out from time to time, somewhat funny commentary, you're gonna love us, simply put. But if you like serious commentary, you can go up to our YouTube channel. You can see Div 2 and Div 3. They can post it straight up there, which is a couple of our other commentators, a couple of really solid guys, that being Hotspot, he's up in 4th place, as well as Fallen Monkeys and Blend Machine, who we got in our bubble as well. So go give them a check out as well. They'll very much appreciate it, as we do as well, all the views that come into the channel. So just kind of finishing off my thought. We got so much stuff to offer people. Just so much stuff. It'd just be very lovely if people could repay that with some just simple follows, not even subscriptions. Subscriptions are just beside the point. We just appreciate any little bit of people that stop by and enjoy their time in MidWest F1 League, because that's what we try and do. We really try and make your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday a little bit brighter, and if you're in Australia, that'd be your Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Just a little bit brighter and a little bit more enjoying, as we're about to get back into the Formula 1 League. And by league, I mean the Formula 1 season, the actual season that is. So hopefully then we'll get a little bit more eyes on us as people get back excited for Formula 1. Right now, we just kind of get the hardcores just in and out here. So F1 is about to be back. MidWest F1 League doesn't die. That's the thing. That's what makes our drivers some of the best in the world, is they just don't give in. They don't give up. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're here. They're racing. They go to work. They come. They sit in there. They sit their ass in whatever they drive. Controller, sim racing wheel. They fall asleep in the wheel. We've had that happen many times before. One more way around on the safety car, and then I can shut up. Well, I guess I can more properly talk about what's going on in the race, but that's what separates our drivers from, like, Lando Norris. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, nice bloke, solid guy, funny, alright, short. Nothing wrong with that, but short, alright. You know what, he comes here. No, he doesn't come here. No, yeah, okay, he drives his little F1 car, he goes and streams, and then, you know what he does? He drinks. Okay, I don't think that's true. But he does have a job. You know what? Well, he likes his job. These guys go and do the job that they don't like so that they come here and race. Alright? So that's why we're better. It's because we do stuff we don't want to do, so we can come here and do stuff that we do want to do. And that's where you see the passion. We deal with bullshit that we don't want to deal with, so we can enjoy the bullshit when we come here and deal with more bullshit with drivers and stupid, distracted Canadian commentators. Oh god. 9 laps left to go here in Hungary. Safety car is in this lap, as you can see on the bottom left side of your screen there. We got a couple of drivers in the AR. Spin and Win seems to have actually lagged out of the session here, so hopefully he comes back. But currently sitting in 6th, Mahi jumping up into the 1 spot. Another unfortunately timed yawn from me, but we're about to go back. Green will jump on with the F2 champion, as well as the Constructor leading champion, as well as the Div 1 Constructor leading champion in Jacko, and the Aussie. I'll see what he's going to be able to do here. He gets a pretty decent run out of turn 14. Trying to get the slipstream of Hotspot, thinking about going on the inside line. But Hotspot closes the door, and it's actually Daltonian that's someone who opens it for Hotspot. But does just as good of a job in closing it. Hotspot tries to get back alongside AE, and it's actually AE that pushes him right along the edges of this track. We still have battling between the drivers. Ray and Impossible Bacon as well seems to be flipping and flopping as well, and that text message loses quite a bit of positions. As is Jenna, I didn't know if there was some sort of crash maybe, but a little bit of a tap from Impossible Bacon, and Ray and his dead text message trying to send it down the inside line of turn 5, but nothing really going there. Tim Lee and Chunky Corey, that'd be a fun little battle. Going at it, it's actually spinning when it comes out, and oh no, Chunky actually spins out and loses down a couple, and it's coupled by several positions. Mahi's trying to increase that gap between himself and Running Matt. medium tires are probably just going to be a no-stop strategy here, especially being on a sprint race. You don't need to stop, so these drivers are going to do their best not to. Nina's trying to work on Tim Lee. Tim Lee's sending it around the outside, or at least attempting to do so on spin and win. That still is a bot. A spin and win. So maybe stepped away for a second and forgot as well. But Jacko overtakes Hotspot into turn 14. Finds himself now in fourth, trying to hunt down a Daltonian for the final podium position. But Tim Lee does get past spin and win. It's actually HSVDT as well, trying to get by him. He's going to try and stick it around the outside. And whoa, big launch by Ray there. Is that a text message? Yes, he is spun out again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, JC's out. JC loses it on turn 4 and he's gone. Well, that's not what you want to see. He's going to squall of... He starts getting a DNF from this race. We have another full-on safety car. Drive-through penalty to Jenna to win. That's not what you want to see. Safety car. Yep, Seabury beat me to it again. We did a couple of those. There we go. Safety car, safety car, safety car. In dust chat. Ooh, Jenna's actually retiring. Not his day. Doesn't feel like he can get positions that he was so desiring. Out of this Grand Prix. Oh, I'm gonna lean back on my shirt. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, just waiting for the safety car to come. This is a little bit longer of an F2 night here. We're already at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, so running a little bit late. Usually we're done by now, but with the wet race and then the safety cars in this one, it's just kind of prolonged this race a little bit more than what it usually is. But hey, more racing for you lovely folks that enjoy it, so nothing wrong with that. A couple of cars coming out of the pit. I think they're being dead text message as well as Kenny. Putting on some fresh wheels here. Kenny going on to the softs. Dead text message going up to the mediums. All these cars are going to have to jump back up, and dead text message is going to be the last to catch up with the pack. So at least one more lap. Actually, none of the cars have moved out of the safety car, so 2 laps to go. We're probably going to go live. We're back at it in lap 10. Spaceman in the pit. last couple of drivers to get caught up here. This should be the last lap for the safety car here. All these drivers are making their way back up. Only 4 drivers separated right now from the field. Or 5 that being. Actually, it's only going to be 2 as those other 3 are going to catch up very quick. And whoa, dead text message. Finds yourself back on track after a little bit of a oversteer job into turn 1. Back at it, making his way. Finishing up sector 1, he's going to catch up to the pack. The safety car is going to be in this lap. Only a couple of turns behind, he's going to want to try and get right back up to the pack before they go back, but was the safety car not in? So, yeah. One more way around with the conga line, led by that Merc all the way up in front. Take a quick peek at the position moves, and it's actually Mahi who's doing a real good job up there. A. Daltonian's going to have quite the battle there to try and keep Jacko off the podium. One more way around. Finishing up sector 1, we are on to sector 2. Yeah, I mean, you know, I like the Hungaro ring. It's just there needs to be one more significant DRS zone. It's like it's just, I don't know. They need to do something with the track. It's fun because it's technical, but it's just so hard to get an overtake done. The DRS, even the pit straight, is just still it's just so short. It's just hard. It's just hard, okay? It's just hard to overtake. They don't make it easy. Or are we gonna go back with it? We're gonna have on to lap 12, 13, 14. Oh, it's heavy. What the? Heavy's gone. He's gone. Impossible Bacon diving down the inside line. On to 78 Corvette. Tim Lee getting overtaken as well by Sulinez. But it's heavy. What the heck happened? It's heavy. AE's already losing out a couple of positions. He's going to try and battle it out with Hotspot, but Hotspot just sends it around the outside now. AE as well is in trouble from HSVDT, but HS cannot put up a fight against AE there. And some battling in the back of the pack, a little bit of a block up from HS, but he goes for a nice little switchback there. Lovely little stuff. Finds himself right alongside with AE, but AE kind of closes the door and kind of nudges him onto the grass. It's actually Garrett's back spinning out, and that's going to push him down the field back into the last spot available, being 17th position. HS trying to come back at AE Daltonian once again. He's going to try and outbreak him. No, he won't. He's just going to concede and line it up for another turn here. It's actually impossible. Bacon right alongside the bottom spin to win, as is Ray, and oversteer from impossible. He's going to try and get back alongside. Yes, he does. It's actually Spaceman who splits the bot. And Spaceman gets a nice little overtake and jumps up 2 positions down to 11th place. Jacko overtakes Money Matt into turn 1, breaking late as well, but Money Matt does a good job of trying to come back, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get close enough. And oh! That's not what you want to see, as well as that's not what you want to see if your name is Knuckles as he spins out. But Jacko gets tossed off the side, and Tim Lee's trying to battle Jacko out, and the bad luck of Jacko here is just... I feel bad for him, to be completely honest. That was not his fault at all in either of those situations there. It looks like Tim Lee, for the first time this year, just aggressively got the elbows out. It's all up to HSVDT for a win for the Prema here. Right now, Mahi is holding that up in first. 3.5 seconds separate him and Hotspot. DRS is back enabled for the first time, as it seems, in this race. But HS is getting pretty close to Hotspot. It's Heavy, unfortunately, leaving. Ray getting the overtake on Tim Lee here. HSVDT trying to come at Hotspot here, but unfortunately he's got 3 seconds worth of penalties. I was thinking about sending it to the outside there, but the door was closed by Hotspot. It doesn't look like it's going to open up very soon here. Spaceman trying to get on Tim Lee. Oh no, Tim Lee gets a little bit of oversteer. And there he goes, he spins out. Now Tim Lee's going to drop down the grid. Oh, Super Nina seems to have tapped AE Daltonian and kind of pushes him into the wall. And by doing so, Ray's just going to overtake Super Nina as he was doing the gentlemanly thing of trying to give the position back to AE, and by doing so, he actually falls back a little bit. Is Ray going to send it to the inside? And AE kind of closes off the door fairly aggressively. And HS is once again trying to work on Hotspot for second place, but the penalty is going to be void as Hotspot's going to take the position anyway. Ray is trying to come around again. Sabrina is trying to fight with Ray as well for 6th place, but no changes there. Jacko down in 12th. Just an unfortunate sprint race. Siminia Corvette finishing up the final turn. Here's Vac coming over for 13th. And speaking of the Here's Vac, if you like Rainbow 6, be sure to tune in to the Hyper Series Rainbow 6 League, as he does a very good job running that together. So we'll run down the grid, and then we're going to have to call it there as we're a little bit over our time here for the F2 series. But a driver of the day gets tossed out to Impossible Bacon. Good on him. Can we once once again representing those pink Mercedes in Div 4, so hopefully he can represent them as well good as he did today. But there we see Mahi Mahi with the win in the Campos, coming in for a reserve seat this evening. His HSVDT doesn't actually get a podium in the end. It is actually Money Man, I think that is, but that may be stripped away from him. But Hotspot gets a podium as well. So solid from all three of those drivers, but the stewards are going to be a little bit busy. There we go. Mahi Mahi gets the win. Hotspot second. Money Man third. HSVDT fourth. Ray fifth. Supernina sixth. Adel 20 and 7th. Chucky Corey 8th. Spaceman 9th. Impossible Bacon running out the top 10, going from 20th to 10th. Spin and win 11th. Jacko get a really unlucky 12th. The Karasvac 13th. 78 Corvette 14th. Knuckles 15th. Tim Lee 16th with a 1 lap behind. Texas getting 17th with 2 laps behind. And the DNFs are going to be as follows with It's Heavy, Kenny, Janet Twinnett, JC Blackley. And then this feature race, but let's rip through that. As well as rip through that. There we go. That's just for me later when I have to do the standings. So there's going to be a little bit of work to be done by the stewards, but that is up for another day. But if you enjoyed what you witnessed today, please do give us a follow. We very much appreciate it, as I said before. But that will be it for us here tonight in the Midwest F1 League. Our Wednesday night edition of the Midwest F1 is done, and it was actually the F2. So if you enjoyed it, please be sure to smash that follow. It was very much appreciated. And once again, if you are viewing us on YouTube, follow us as well. Like I said, very much appreciated all around. So that is it for us. That is it for me. I've been Crash McQueen. We've been the Midwest F1 League, and we will see you tomorrow night with our Div 1 battle. So be sure to tune into that.